Good morning children. Sai. Children, in today's presentation we are starting with the practical videos. In your board examination, in the practicals, you will be getting 3 experiments to do. The first experiment will be of titration. Today I am starting with the titration. In titration, we get 2 solutions. Like for example, I have taken 2 solutions here. This is potassium permanganate and this is oxalic acid. In titration, we have to find out the molarity and strength of an unknown solution. The unknown solution in this case is potassium permanganate. With the help of a known solution, here the molarity of the known solution is N/50. So the aim of experiment for today is, with the help of N/50 solution of oxalic acid, find out the molarity and strength of given solution of potassium permanganate. This is your unknown solution of potassium permanganate. Its molarity and strength we have to find out, and this is your known solution of oxalic acid. With the help of this oxalic acid, we'll find out the molarity and strength of given solution of potassium permanganate. Now children, how to conduct the experiment? See, first of all, you should be knowing that when potassium permanganate and oxalic acid, when the two react with each other, then 5 moles of oxalic acid react with 2 moles of potassium permanganate. So, the formula used for calculating the result in this case will be M1V1 is equals to 2 upon 5 M2V2. Here M1 and V1 we are using for the unknown solution, that is our potassium permanganate, and M2V2, that is 2 we are using for our known solution, that is oxalic acid. The 2 we will titrate, and after titration we will get the volume of volume of potassium permanganate which reacts with the given volume, that will be taking 20 ml of oxalic acid. When we get the volume of potassium permanganate, we will put the value here. This value of M1 is already known, that is N/50. V2 is the quantity of oxalic acid that will be using for each titration, that will be 20 ml. V1 we will get from the reading of this burette. When we will do titration, this burette will show some reading. That will be the value of V1. We will put the value here. We will get the value of molarity of oxalic acid. Now let us start with the experiment. Now before starting with the experiment, let me introduce you with some of the laboratory apparatus that you have not used till now. See, this is a burette. This burette is hanging on a clamp stand, and this burette has got the knob here. By opening the knob, the liquid which is filled inside the burette flows down dropwise. Now on the burette there are readings from 0 up to 50. Now this burette will contain that liquid whose molarity is unknown. So the unknown solution for us is potassium permanganate. And with the help of this pipette, this is called pipette, it is of 10 ml. We have to take out 20 ml of oxalic acid and put that 20 ml of oxalic acid in this conical flask. This conical flask is used for the titration. That means in this flask only the 2 reactants will mix together and will react. So now we'll pipette out 20 ml of oxalic acid and I'll put it inside this conical flask. I have taken 20 ml of oxalic acid in this conical flask with the help of the pipette. Now the second step is to heat this cylindrical flask containing oxalic acid up to a temperature of 60 to 70 degree. I am taking it for heating. So I have heated the container that is containing 20 ml of oxalic acid, and before heating I have added around half test tube of dilute sulfuric acid to the container. Now the container has cooled down. Now we can start with the reaction. Now before starting with the reaction, you have to take care that the burette stand should be present in front of you in such a manner that the reading should be in front of your eyes. It should neither, you should not, there should not be a need to look like this. It should be seen like this. Now, before starting, you have to first wash the burette with water, close the knob, fill the burette with water and wash from inside. Using a funnel, I'll pour water inside the burette. And I'll take out that water so that the burette may become clean from inside. See, with the help of the funnel, I'll fill the burette. First of all, I'll close the knob of the burette and then I'll fill the burette up to the reading 0. 0 is written here. Bring that camera here. Now children, you see these markings are given on the burette and it is reading is given 0 here. This mark is of 0. We have to fill the burette up to the 0 mark and then we will start doing the reaction. In this container we are having the 20 ml of oxalic acid. After that I have added half test tube of dilute sulfuric acid. We have heated the container up to a temperature of around 60 to 70 degree. The container has now cooled down. Now I am starting with the reaction. I'll hold the container, the container in my left hand, and with the right hand I'll be holding the knob of the this burette, and I'll open the knob and let the liquid from the burette flow into the oxalic acid. We'll mix the two and we'll see that the pink color of potassium permanganate decolorizes when we add it to this oxalic acid solution. But when the oxalic acid, when this potassium permanganate is added to oxalic acid, it decolorizes. We'll keep adding potassium permanganate to the oxalic acid solution dropwise until we get a permanent pink color. Now see, when I'm adding a few drops of potassium permanganate and I'm mixing the two, the color of the solution slowly decolorizes. This decolorization process will carry on till we get the end point of the reaction. Now when see it decolorizes. After that again I'll add a little bit of potassium permanganate. I'll stir the container. It will decolorize. Now we'll keep repeating the process until we get the permanent pink color. Dropwise I'm adding. See, now the permanent pink color has appeared. This color is not decolorizing. So this is your permanent pink color. You all can see that the reading of the burette is around 16.8 at this time, and the end point of reaction we have reached. Now this process we have to repeat till we get permanent readings thrice. So at this time the reading that I got is the initial reading for the first experiment. The initial reading of the burette was 0, and the final reading which we have seen in the burette is around 16.8. So the value of V1 comes out to be 16.8. But this is not the exact reading. We have to repeat the same process around 4 or 5 times, or till we get the last 3 readings to be same. So the same process, when we will keep repeating, then we will get the final volume used for the reaction. Now for this experiment, the final volume used for around 2-3 times when I conduct the same experiment. So we have repeated the process 4 or 5 times. In the first process, in the first reading, we got the reading 16.8. So the volume used is 16.8. In the second time, we got the reading 16.3. So the volume used is 16.3. Third time, we got 16.1. Fourth time, we got the reading exact 16. And after that, we have done the process 2 or 3 times. We got the reading 16. So here, the value of V1, we will put 16. It becomes M1 is equals to 2 upon 5. M1 is equals to 2 upon 5. M2. M2 is this. M by 50 will be written as 1 by 50. V2 is the volume of oxalic acid taken. The volume of oxalic acid we have taken with the help of this pipette and have taken 20 ml. So the value of V2 will be 20 ml, and the value of V1 comes out from here. It is 16. Thrice I got 16. So the final reading I am taking as 16. Now solving this, the value of M1 comes out to be 0.01 M. Now using this, we can also find out the strength of potassium permanganate solution. Strength is actually equal to molarity into molar mass. So strength is equals to molarity into molar mass. Molarity of potassium permanganate is 0.01, and the molar mass of potassium permanganate is 158. So the strength comes out to be 1.58 gram per liters. So the strength comes out to be 1.58 gram per liter. This way you have to conduct the experiment. This was your very first experiment of standard 12. How to write the experiment, I will be sharing a PDF with you, and you all are requested to make your practical notebooks and write down the experiment in your practical notebook. Thank you, Sai.